Yo, oh yeah. Does email marketing really need to be so confusing? I mean, have you ever seen one of those gangster films set in the 70s and the cops are using string and photos and pins to try and work out who the head of the mafia crime family is? That incredibly complex wall that almost resembles artwork from the Surrealist movement is very similar to how email marketing is often sold online. In this video, I'm going to show you what I believe personal brands need to avoid when it comes to email marketing, and where most people with an existing network should start out to avoid wasted time, money, scams, and epic levels of confusion. Show you what I mean? I'm going to give you an example of an email marketing campaign we were once sold many years ago by a marketing company, then the people who sold it to us ripped us off and never completed the work. But that's a different story, and I am not bitter. To make it more interesting, I'm going to try and complete this strategy in one breath. So first we make up a Facebook ad to a cold audience to try and get them to sign up to a free video about making videos. Then give us their email, and then the software emails the link with the next freebie. Then the next day another email gets sent to them with more free content, but also pushes the link. As a result, the person watching our free video, you say versus 5 twice the next day another email gets sent to them with more free content. If you're looking at email marketing and you can't say the strategy in one breath, then maybe it's time to take a step back. So this whole system is often referred to as a funnel, and people rave about them. Of course, they're not all that complex, but like me, you probably hear how profitable they are, and that is because a lot of people do make a lot of money from them. Serious money. Problem is, often the ones who make the serious money are not the newbies using the crazy complex marketing system, believe it or not, but the people who are selling it. You see, most of these email systems come with some incredible affiliate deals. If you sell the software, you can get 40% commission on retainer, and with some people signing up to packages that are worth $2,000 a month, you don't need many clients to suddenly make some pretty decent moolah. Oh, and there's a second layer too. So let's say I sign you up to my amazing email marketing solution. I say, hey, this stuff is amazing, but I also make loads of money selling it, and so can you, so why not become an affiliate? And if you recommend it, you'll get 40% every month, and then I'll get 20% from that too. So what's happening is we get this self-perpetuating system of people who realize it's actually a lot easier to sell email marketing software than it is to use it. So maybe that's why people love to talk about crazy complex email marketing. It's just one big funnel fest. What makes this whole thing even more confusing, other than the complex strategy, is the software is actually pretty good. And actually, there are people out there who, once they have mastered these, do get it working for them. The issue is, for many personal brands, firstly, you probably don't have the time or want to spend years mastering funnels, and secondly, you don't actually need this flashy software to get email working for you. It's also become pretty flippin' obvious that you're in a funnel now. So is the super personal, call the people by their name in the email experience worth it? Because we all know what giving our email over means: more emails trying to sell us stuff. Ironically, there's a chance the only reason you know about this video is because I emailed it to you when I gave you some free end screens. I'll be talking about that in a bit. So despite having spent most of this video putting email down, sort of, it's actually very important. Email is the only platform you have control of. It won't suddenly have an algorithm change that stops you from getting seen. So at the very least, building an email list is a fail-safe and something I think every personal brand should consider. But to start, why not just try to keep it super simple, like really simple? Like most platforms, email is not about the size, it's about the quality of the list. And it's become best practice to incentivize people to give you their email in exchange for a freebie. But one potential issue with offering a lead magnet through a funnel system, which is the name for this exchange, is that people come for that freebie and don't actually give a hoot about you. And for anyone who already has a following online, you might not need any incentive at all. What if you just started out by advertising your email to your following with nothing other than letting them know each week you'll email them with something useful they care about, just to gauge the interest people have in hearing more from you? You can learn a lot from that. You might find they come in their droves at their own accord. You might find nothing happens. But at least then you'll have a better idea just how much work you might need to put into this to get things moving for your email list. And once people are in the list, start simple. Try sending a weekly personal email that isn't that salesy but offers a story, or as many influencers are starting to report, they can just write anything about their life because the people in their list are interested in that personal brand. So even short stories about their week go down really well. And then try selling maybe in the footer or mention a product. Keep it soft and spring offers on them. The point is, the right people in your list know the game. They know eventually you'll sell something. Nobody on planet Earth should be surprised by sales in email now. You don't need a fancy template to do this, or images. just writing a basic text email is fine. To use Live in Leggings as an example, this is the business I spoke about last week too, we actually get more email signups through this method than the lead magnet she has if you join her list. Every now and then in an Instagram story, she just mentions signing up to her list, and people come at their own accord with no arm twist. She emails them every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's to do with yoga, sometimes it's just about her life. She never says, "Hey Joe" or "Hi Sam," it's "Hi guys." She lets people know it's an email community being spoken to, rather than pretending that she's just written to an individual, because it just felt outdated. And this has meant that those who did sign up have stayed. Now, it took 3 months for one person to unsubscribe from her list. And yes, it does make sales. Email subscribers get access to early bird offers to workshops, which we spoke about last week, and they sell out in under 40 minutes from the moment the offer is sent. Every time. I'm not going to sit here and say it's groundbreaking revenue like most things. These things take a lot of time to develop. And at some point, yes, there probably will be funnels of some sort, but not until we feel the basics are tried and tested. So, by the way, I give free items as a lead magnet for my side business because I'm trying to bring in a cold audience. As a result, 4 to 6 people unsubscribe from my list every week because they didn't sign up knowing or caring about me, they just want the goodies. But if you don't have a large following, you don't really have a huge amount of choice. Lead magnets are kind of needed. By the way, if you want my free animations, link in the description. So I guess my main point is this: if you jump in at the deep end of email automation and email marketing, it's not guaranteed to work. You'll probably waste a lot of time and money, and you'll just end up selling software in a pyramid scheme, worshipping at the next giant convention. Like most things in marketing, it's all relevant to the person, their budget, time, following, and resources, but in every case, if something sounds too good to be true, or even too complex that it has to be true, well, I don't need to finish that sentence, do I, Benny? Do I? No.